Hi everybody, I'm Gina.
I'm Earl.
And this is Two Idiots and 20 Acres. It has been a hot minute since we have been here with you, since August of 24, in fact. It is now June? Yeah, it is June of 25. And we are putting this video together because we went to the Homestead Festival in Columbia, Tennessee. And as soon as I was putting stuff on Facebook, some friends were asking if we were going to put together a video just to kind of show everybody what was there. It was a lot of fun, and we're going to go over all the things that we did, all the people that we spoke to, all of the vendors that were there, and at the end of this, we're going to show you all of our loot and our haul and the things that we bought from the festival. So here we are. Here we go. The first thing we have is us in the car driving, because that seems to be like our lot in life. It's what we do.
And we did go to Laurel first.
We did go to Laurel. So tell him about he was genius in splitting the trip. We did this last year. We went to Nashville, and what did we do? Tell him what we did.
We went.
We were able to split the trip into two
by stopping in Shibuya. So it's a 3-hour ride to there and then a 4-hour ride to Nashville. Yeah. So that way it's not quite as bad.
Yeah, so it's completely doable. It feels like it's so easy. Splitting it 3 hours, sleeping the night, getting up, and then Nashville was 4 hours. Columbia was 3-ish. We got there early.
Which was a bad idea.
It was a really bad idea. And I don't know what I was thinking. For someone who teaches lodging and management, you would think that I would have had a better grasp on this. I did not. I got us there 4 hours ahead of check-in. And so instead of being in the car for 4 hours and checking into the hotel, we were like stuck in the car for 8 hours. And then we drove around and we got lost.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
We didn't know where we were going in the first place. So how you get lost when you don't know where you're going in the first place?
Well,
we didn't get lost. You have to know you have a plan. We had no plan.
Step one, don't ever have a plan.
And you never get lost.
There you go. On our way to the Homestead Festival in Columbia, Tennessee. I don't have any microphones on me, so it's going to sound like whatever it sounds like. We got an exceptionally large PJ's Coffee, which had an equally large drive-through.
Why are you filming like that?
Because we're lost. We made it to Columbia in the town. Our room isn't ready for another probably 2 hours. No big deal. No, we're just
driving around.
We're just driving around.
You never lost.
We don't know where we're driving.
You never lost if you didn't have a plan when you first left in the first place.
This is true.
So see, look, we're back where we started. Maybe.
We don't know that.
Shut up.
So the first day, we knew that there was going to be some rain. Best thing we did was, while we were not lost, we stopped at a Target and bought a, this little backpack and
some ponchos.
Ponchos. Nobody else had ponchos.
No,
and as soon as it started raining, I was like, I'm from New Orleans. I know how this rolls. I pulled out a poncho and everybody was like, where'd you get that? Target. We know how this goes. We've been to Jazz Fest enough as kids to know. Always have a poncho in your pocket. So that thing was great because as we were getting stuff, we were just throwing it in there. On our way to the Homestead Festival, which is literally at some guy's farm. It's not a cult. We met some people in the elevator.
The whole bar.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool.
That's old.
That's old. Let's follow that.
Built that last week.
Yep. So, like, this is just people's houses. Yeah. Excuse the crap on the window.
Okay.
I mean, it did say. It's full.
We're gonna come in from the back little pieces, but I doubt it. Like, this is probably his road.
Yeah, it's probably his driveway. Who knows? Were you surprised at how, like, in someone's backyard this was?
Yeah, it was in somebody's backyard.
Yeah, I mean, big ass backyard.
His backyard's trashed now, but
Oh, his backyard is trashed. I
well,
felt terrible.
At least the back
Y'all, when you see the video
20 acres was trashed.
of what happened to this man's property,
I think he expects it.
I hope he expects it because, I mean, he was prepared.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting ahead. Let's just go. Okay, so here we are. We're going into the festival on day one, and as we're driving, you can see that it is literally just, we're passing people's houses. And then there was all the tents, and it was a field. It was just a giant field where everybody had to park, kind of like at UNO, if you know, you know. We looked around, there was how many, 120, 150?
It was a lot.
A lot of vendors. Who was your favorite?
I like the belt guy.
That was your favorite?
I just like the way it smelled.
Yeah.
This guy was awesome too, but I don't know. I can't think. I had to look at his card.
We have a lot of cards in the bag also. They had 3 leather working people, and the people that were there were all like masters of their craft. So like this guy, you walked in the tent and it just smelled like leather. It smelled so good. And the lady was saying, she said they used to have a sign that said free, and underneath it said smells, because the leather just smelled so good. So you got a belt.
I got a belt.
Which, that belt, is that the one that's the lifetime?
Yeah.
It's got a lifetime warranty. They had As Your Standard was there. If you don't know who they are, look them up. I have an order to pick up next week. 4-Jar Canning, Nutrimil. Those were like all the big companies. Who was the person you wanted to go see talk about what?
The worm farm.
Her YouTube channel is Hey, It's a Good Life. Everybody that we talk about, I'll link their stuff down below. She actually said, you know, I never grew up thinking I'm going to be the worm girl. But she was really good, and now I have 2 buckets in the back that are ready for
Worms.
worms.
We need worms.
Yeah, it's his gig, y'all. It's his gig. She was really knowledgeable, and I have not had the time to go down the rabbit hole of her YouTube, but I'm going to go there. We first went and saw Jess, who is, she's with Roots and Refuge. She had me crying my makeup off after the first 5 minutes of talking. She's that person. But I love her. I think she's wonderful. And so she gives voice to the grace that I don't give myself. And I think that's why I get so emotional and looked like a complete idiot when I met her, because I was all choked up and words wouldn't come out of my mouth. So yeah, so we met Jess and Jeremiah, who are with Roots and Refuge, and they are wonderful. And I had to tell her that I thought for years, for like a year or so, that she was friends with my cousin Holly, and because I didn't know about her. And when we started this journey, my cousin Holly was like, hey, you need to check out my friend Jess. And she kept referring to her as my friend Jess. And so I thought that this was one of her friends, that maybe was a nurse that she worked with that left and went off and started doing this thing. And it wasn't until much, much later, and thankfully I did find out before I actually met her, that she doesn't know her. like never at all, but not at all. But so I told that to Jess, and I had her make a video for Holly, and she did, and she always has such great words. She knows, oh, she always seems to know exactly what to say. So then I took a picture with her and Jeremiah, who were wonderful, and their kids were running around, and we sat in one of the tents during a rainstorm, and we were talking to this girl for like an hour who was wonderful, Beth. Beth was super sweet. Talked to her for like an hour during the rainstorm. Come to find out that's Jeremiah's sister. Like, that's how intertwined the whole thing is. Like, everybody's like, oh, I know this person. Oh, I know that person. Oh, that's my brother. Or, you know, those are his kids right there. I was hanging out with his kids. Didn't know it. They were funny as hell. But yeah, so that's just how intimate the whole thing was.
Hey Holly, I want to thank you for introducing me to new friends so I could be your friend Jess as well as other people's. I appreciate your support, and we wish you could be here with us today.
Thank you. So yeah, so that was Jess. I'm so disappointed in myself.
We also got stuck in a tent.
We did. We got stuck in a tent with the best people ever. So one of the people that I went to go see speak, and again, overwhelmed, didn't take pictures, was Kaylee from the Homestead. She's an amazing beekeeper, but she's got an apothecary at her house that is to die for. And her mother, I don't know her name, but I just call her Mama Homestead. A lot of people just call her Mama Homestead, who is so knowledgeable. She was there with her. She is, if you look up the Homestead, I'll link it below. She's got incredible videos that are, so anyway, I was talking to them for a good while in their tent, bought some stuff, and then this rainstorm hit, and I was trying to help. We were helping them pull everything in and bring the tents down so that it didn't get blown away. So now we're like, the tent's like this high and we're stuck in the tent. So I'm like, hey, while we're stuck in the tent, let me pick your brain about this, that, or the other. So it was really cool being stuck in there with them. And I didn't get pictures of any of it. Like, I am the worst. I am the worst for this. But then the rainstorm stopped. We helped them pick everything up and put everything back out. She turned me on to the dilly beans.
We have some of those.
Oh, the dilly beans. Those were so good. And then at 7 o'clock, everything kind of stopped and they have a big concert. The first part of the concert was, it's Rory Feek, right?
Yes.
So he's a songwriter, musician, and it's his house. This is his
Farm.
This is his farm, his homestead, where he puts this festival on. And these are his friends that come out and do all of these things. So they get up there, they did some songs, the three of them, and then
The Cleverleys.
and then the Cleverleys came on. And y'all, if you don't know who the Cleverleys are, they are funny as hell. I'm gonna put some videos in of them. If you don't know the first song, they're singing, what is it?
No Diggity.
No. They didn't do No Diggity.
They did Low.
They did
Loser.
My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard.
Gangnam Style.
In Country and Gangnam Style. And then they ended it with AC/DC. All on banjos and fiddles.
It's pretty good.
It's great. I'm not gonna lie. We listened to this on the way, like driving, just because it's good. It's really good, and they're funny as hell.
And they're comedians.
They are. Yeah, he kept saying that they were a trio, and there's actually 5 of them.
Yeah.
Some Gangnam Style, hey, sexy lady. Tongue suck your booty, chingling, guten morning. Gonna have to charge, know you want it. That thing that makes me what the guys go crazy for. You bet. Thunderstruck.
So, yeah, that was how the night ended. And at the very end of their set, it started raining again. We were there for 13 hours that day.
Yes. We weren't there for much less the next day.
No.
We left at like 5, so it was like 3 hours short, so it was like 10 hours. We were there 10 hours.
Yeah. And the first day we got out, and you could still see green. You could still see
green pieces.
Big patches of green where people were parked, and then the roads that they were using to get out were
a little sloppy.
A little bit sloppy, a little muddy, a little bit of a muddy mess, but not terrible. But then,
not when we got stuck. The fuck we are now down here.
Yep.
Tell you what,
Day 1 is done. We've been here 13 hours.
Tell you what, we'll let this dude go first.
Yeah, let that guy go first. Oh, no, he's doing something else. Okay. Well, it's a little sloppy. We had a rainstorm. Tomorrow, I promise I'm going to videotape all the vendors.
Okay.
Did some fangirling today.
See if we can get the fuck out of here.
See if we can get out of here. Day 2 was the chicken culling day.
Well, he's got videos of his own up there, same exact thing.
I know. I have never been a part of that. It's chicken culling day. What are your thoughts?
Kill him.
What?
Cut him.
I ain't never seen this before. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Have you done this before?
I've killed birds before. I mean, it's as if it's a chicken. It doesn't make a difference, you know? I can kill a blue herring.
That I've seen. It was no less disturbing. It wasn't upsetting. Like, I wasn't disturbed by it. It was just weird. I mean, like, you've hunted.
Yeah.
You grew up hunting.
Yeah. You're just killing a bird. It ain't no big deal.
I mean...
when, or we're on the right track, when chicken pickers are as popular as lawnmowers. When we have as many chicken pickers out there as lawnmowers, we'll know we're on something. I'm gonna go ahead and get this.
Yep, we're on our way there.
So now I'm gonna pull these birds out of this initial soak and put them over here in this freezing ice water. Okay.
I don't know. I think that I was thinking that they would put them in the cone of death, and then like wring their neck, but they don't. And so they're, what did they call it?
Halal. They cut them and bleed them.
Halal?
Yeah.
That's halal? How you do it that way?
Yeah.
Why? Like what makes it?
It's like there's no blood going back into the body or anything's draining the blood out, so it's not polluting anything up.
Okay. They also said it was like a squawkless, or what is it? Like the birds didn't make a noise. The birds did not, like they were so calm. I mean, like I said, it was life-changing, especially for the birds. So they go in the cone and then they just pull their little head, and then they never, I thought they would be like freaking out and squawking and squeaking and feathers flying. No, they just put them in the cone upside down, pulled their neck, and they know like where to cut. Like we had a very in-depth discussion with Daniel Salatin and Joel later on about the whole process. Cause in my brain, I get it. Like there's a video and you can see where he's like pulling it down, cutting it from here to here. You want to make sure not to cut
the windpipe.
Yeah, and why? Because I guess because the blood might go back in it. He did say at first, until you learn how to do it, if you cut the windpipe, it's better to cut the windpipe and get it done than not. Then I guess not cut it deep enough.
Might just be double your money. So we're we have time, we're going to talk a little bit about cut up.
Yeah,
So we know whose job it'll be on the farm if we get broiler chickens. Because here's the thing, y'all. After that, when he was like, once it was dead, I got you. Like I can butcher. Okay, that's my thing. I can do that. I taught kids to do that for the last 5 years. It's the actual turning their lights out.
I'll kill them.
And so we've also come up with a plan. So anything on the farm that has to be culled, we don't even call it killing, we call it culling, can't have a name. Because once it looks at me and I name it, baby, you're getting a sweater and you're coming to bed with it, you're getting in bed, I'm giving you a name, I'm dressing you up, I'm taking you to PetSmart.
Like a replacement goldfish.
Yeah. So once that thing looks at me like I'm its person, can't do it. So on day 2, I met Ruth Ann Zimmerman. So she is one of my favorite people. Her channel is Homesteading with the Zimmermans. She is used to be an old order Mennonite. She's not practicing or doing that, but she still does a lot of, she's obviously a wealth of knowledge. Her kids were there playing with Jess's kids, which was hysterical. But yeah, so I got to meet her and talk to her. There's a specific video that I'm looking for that I still quite haven't been able to find, but I haven't given it enough time. Like I haven't really put enough effort into it, but she did tell me where I can find it. So I just need to go back and look through a lot of her videos. There was a really bad storm. We were seriously thinking about calling it, or he was.
Well, I told you he didn't show up. No.
So one of the things, we got a wristband that was general admission plus. So there's different tiers that you can get. There's general admission plus, and then VIP. VIP was a little expensive for us at the time. Next year, knowing that it's out there, I'll probably just go ahead and spend the money for it. The general admission plus gave you access to a special tent that had air conditioning, water, and really nice freaking bathrooms.
Yeah, those were nice.
Wow. I've never seen portalettes like that. It smelled nice. It had air condition. It had little sinks and flowers and potpourri and all kinds of stuff. It was very surprising. So anyway, they also had Ruth Ann and Joel doing special meet and greets in that tent at different times. And so I knew he was going to be in that tent at 3 o'clock on day 2. And so I had already seen a lot of people and I was overwhelmed with the information anyway. So we kind of waited in there, and that we got stuck on day 2 in a pretty bad rainstorm. Oh wait, now it's on. Seriously. Okay. We're stuck in a tent.
Did we just do this?
We did this yesterday. It was a much smaller tent. It's all right.
We're not lowering this one.
We're not lowering this one, no. Biggest concern is, are we going to be able to get out of here? Or are we just going to sink? Oh well, we'll figure it out. The power went out. I don't think all the power went out.
Huh?
I don't think all the power went out.
Well, it might have got wet.
Huh?
Might have got wet over here. Just pour this one.
This is my last will and testament. Frankie, we love you.
I told him we should have left.
He did. I told him we could tough it out.
Nobody listens to me.
Nobody listens to Earl. This might be my bad. My bad. So we stayed in there and waited. We didn't know if Joel was going to be there, but he and Daniel showed up, which was nice because it was literally just like, I don't know, 10 people?
It was like 12, 15.
And he just sat down and was like, I don't really know how to do this. What do you want to do? And everybody just, so of course me, I'm like, I got a question. I need to talk to you about the chicken thing, okay? And so like Daniel was like showing me with his knife, like how to hold it, how to, he's like, look, after 2 seconds, they're already gone, which I needed. My brain knew this, but I just needed to have them reinforce it. Cause I'm still a Metairie girl, I'm working on it. You're redneck. So anyway, we sat and talked with them for a couple of hours, I think.
It was 2 hours in there.
A good 2 hours. And lost power before he came in. But then, I got to sit and talk with him. And it was just like, I went and sat down, took out a chair and right next to him. And he was just turned his chair and we just started talking. And he's funny. Y'all, he is funny. And I can't even begin to broach all of the things that he has to offer as far as just his experience. But he is a force to be reckoned with. He's wonderful. And that was how we ended day 2, which could not have been better.
No, we ended day 2 getting stuck in the mud.
Yeah, that was the mud.
That's how we ended.
So there's a couple of pictures. So those first picture, you can see poor Earl walking. There was, the day before, there was like a grid of green and just like rows of mud. Day 2, there was like a couple of little patches of green. And when I'm telling you, I mean slop ass mud. One of the other things I bought when we were at Target, aside from the backpack, which was waterproof, the ponchos, and then I bought a set of rain boots, like muck boots. Best idea. So I wore those all day on day 2. A little hot, but definitely necessary. When we got to our car, we were on an island, like the tiniest patch of green that our car was on, and I thought, we might make it.
No.
I really thought we were going to make it.
What did I tell you?
But you were always like doom and gloom when it comes to getting
when
stuck. You are doom and gloom when it comes to getting stuck.
Did we get stuck?
Yeah, we got stuck. We got stuck, okay? But it was an adventure. And so, and I still can't understand why we could only go in reverse.
Oh, you mean getting towed out?
No. When we were in the car and we were trying...
Well, it's a front-wheel drive car.
Okay.
So all the weight's in the front of the motor. So it just pushes down in and just slips.
But it wasn't slipping going backwards. I was like, we probably should have just drove out.
We got stuck backwards too.
So they were prepared. They had a skidder and also some small tractors. Wasn't a skidder?
A bobcat.
It was a bobcat? I thought it was a skidder.
A skid steer.
A skid steer.
It's a skidder.
I was calling it a skidder. I'm like, bring the skidder. We need it. There's that city girl again.
That's okay. They didn't know.
Whatever. Anyway, 2 16-year-olds and a bobcat. And we had, we didn't have
We didn't have a tow hook in the front.
But we had one in the back. So we had to, it was so embarrassing.
No, it wasn't a big deal. It was a steer, dude.
No. It was embarrassing because other people were getting out with no. How are other people getting out?
Because they wanted to hook up to the tire rods on the front of the car to pull them out.
But other people were driving with no problem, and I don't understand how.
They probably had 4-wheel drive. The little truck was 4-wheel drive. That Subaru that was going out was 4-wheel drive.
There was a Subaru with 4-wheel drive.
There's a 4-wheel drive Subaru.
Well, that's embarrassing.
That's why she bought that car.
Anyway, so we had to get hooked in the back and get towed out backwards.
It's fine. I wouldn't let them hook up to the tire rods.
No. I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
It's a bad deal.
All right. Grace of God. We're just gonna spray and pray. Let me get out and push. nowhere. We're stuck. It's all right. We're gonna be stuck no matter what. Oh yeah? You think you got this?
No, yeah. It's front-wheel drive is what the problem is. Spinning and standing.
Maybe we could just back up the whole.
Well, I told him, I said, I'm gonna be stuck in a minute. I know this shit.
These poor kids, look at them. Oh, everybody's getting help. You know, if they gotta get this skidder, look at the skidder. Wow. This Jazz Fest ain't got nothing on this.
I'm just digging it.
You want me to push? I ain't scared.
I know you ain't scared.
How come we can only go in reverse?
I'm gonna back this motherfucker out of here.
Look,
too.
the skidder's coming. Let's see if we can catch him. Why can we only go in reverse?
Because it's a front wheel.
Well, this is something. We are going to be drug out backwards.
I think you want it in neutral.
It's in, I got it in neutral. I just got the brakes on. Whenever he's ready, I'm just gonna let off.
We're getting pulled out backwards by two 16-year-olds in a skidder. You can't make this up. How's everybody else going? And we're stuck. Wow. It's time to get a new car. There we go.
Can't really make this shit up, can you? Okay.
There we go.
Being an off-road vehicle.
We made it. She is not an off-road vehicle. She's going to have to be sacrificed. Because she just couldn't hang. Sorry, girl. Time for an upgrade. And then at the very end, there's my shoes. So we were covered in mud. The car was covered in mud. Not terribly bad. I did see cars that were covered worse than we were. But when we got to the hotel, we were like trying to take our shoes off and like, because we don't want to drag all that stuff in. People are walking in, they're looking at the car covered in mud, looking at us covered in mud. And I don't know how many people were like, damn.
Y'all look like y'all had fun.
And I was like, well, we did. So yeah, so that was kind of a mess, and that was the end of it. But let's get to the haul because we did buy some really great things. So let's start.
So I got this pen. No.
I got a really great sticker from Joel Salatin's tent. He did not have, he had a lot of books at his tent. He's written so many books. God, this guy is so smart. Go get the book. I'm going to show him the book.
I thought it was
I'm going to pause this and we'll be back and you'll never even know that he was gone. I don't know if you can see with the light.
Yeah, it's going.
There you go. It's probably backwards, but it's Polyface Farms. That is the
Polyface Designs.
Polyface Designs is the name of the book. Polyface Farms is Joel Salatin's farm.
And it's how to build all his chicken coops and different things. His pen.
Yeah. So which one do you think we're going to do first?
I don't know. Maybe that one.
That one holds 1,000 chickens, Earl.
Well, you can shrink it down. He said you can shrink it. It doesn't need to be 1,000 chickens.
And the rabbits. See, I don't know how I feel about the rabbits. My brain tells me, again, brain heart, my brain tells me it's smart. Rabbit meat is good. They're
Well,
so
the first
freaking
thing we're
cute.
going to do is build that.
What is that?
That's the dolly.
The what?
The dolly to move the small broiler pens.
Oh. But that's
The
for
broiler.
broiler chickens. We're not doing broiler chickens right away. Wait till I show you what we are getting soon. And we have so many other things. I've been terrible about filming and posting. I've actually filmed a lot more than I've posted. But we'll get into that. So Okay, so the first guy that we talked to was from 7G's Farm.
It's from Michigan.
Yeah, he was from Michigan. He was super wonderful. And they had a lot of, they printed a lot of stuff. So one of the things that they did,
That's where you got the book.
that's where I got, it's falling. I'm sorry. They did printing, and so they made these cute little garden markers. Like this one is sage,
It's a redneck
and this
toothpick.
one is basil. It's not a redneck toothpick. Parsley, cilantro.
You've probably been looking for that.
Oh yeah, rosemary. And they were selling these for $1. So of course I had to buy all of them. And they also were printing on the notebooks. I thought they already had pre-printed notebooks, but they were printing them on site. And I just bought the notebook so that I could write things in, and then lost track of the notebook and didn't write that much stuff down. That was the other thing. Okay, so
I got a headache.
we were sweating our asses off because it was hot. Not New Orleans hot, as bad, with the humidity, but still pretty hot. So Redmond Real Salt was there, and they were giving away. Now I already have Redmond Real Salt at my house because we use it,
But not where we were at.
but we didn't have any with us. And I kept saying, man, because when you sweat, you're sweating water and salt, and then you're replacing it with pretty much just water. And so we had headaches like crazy. So I was like, look, we're going to go buy some Redmond Real Salt and just take a couple of pinches of salt when we're drinking. And that way,
This expires
It-
next week.
no, it doesn't. It really helps. And so I went there and I was like, let me buy this. And this is this great little, it's a small, and it was a sample. And she's like, no, just take it. And I felt bad just taking
I
it.
might take that, put that in the truck.
Yeah, well, I was going to see about keeping it in my purse or something. But, you keep that in the truck. I'll keep the bigger one in my purse. It's fine.
Just tell me.
It's not terrible. So, okay.
Okay, what
Let's
is
start with their stuff. So one of the things that they have a
We're not putting
merchandise.
this back in the bag.
No, they had a merchandise thing. So we got the Homesteader mug thing. They had free water stands, and we could, yeah. So we were just filling up constantly, filling it up with water and drinking the hell out of it. But again, that's why the salt was important. And then we got the shirts. I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see this way. But yeah, so we got the t-shirts, Murray McMurray Farms Homestead Living, which is actually a really good magazine. I just bought the whole set yesterday. Nutrimil, As Your Standard. Featherman was there with their equipment.
Who's asking?
So yeah, so we got the shirts, which was really nice. And again, things were not priced out the box. Thank you.
Oh, that's the card. That's the thing. Not that one.
What one?
A plus. That's the one I want.
Yeah, so
I think that's
A plus abundance was there.
I
We
think
didn't get to do a whole
I
lot.
think that's where we're free.
This is Roy Freak's thing. I'm terrible with words, y'all. I need to do some more research on this. I feel like this is like from what I understand, and we didn't stay there too long and talk to him, but from what I understand, this is like a streaming service where all of the homesteading people are involved in this. And so you have access to all of their stuff, which I'm like, well, you can find it on YouTube.
Maybe
So,
his is blocked. I don't know.
but, and it wasn't that much more. I think it was like $250 for the year for like the upgrade. You actually have access to the people. So like you can text and email and talk directly to the people if you have questions. I don't feel like I am far enough along to have questions.
Well, the right questions.
the right questions without looking like a complete idiot. I mean, it is 2 idiots and 20 acres. So this is a need to do more homework on. I'm gonna, yeah. So this was, and then when you went in each day, they had the magazine with all the stuff, and this was the if you can see it with the glare, but that was like all the speakers, and you know, they had it color coded by animals and livestock, land and garden, family and faith, and home and health. And then they had church on Sunday. I really wanted to go to church on Sunday. Surprised if I don't burst into flames, but
we wouldn't have made.
we didn't get out the first day. The second day we didn't get out. There was no way we were going to get in and or out
The third day.
on day 3. Like there's no way. It was the grounds just would not prohibit
Are
it.
you gonna keep all the cars in a certain spot or something?
I am. I'm gonna put them all right here for right now.
That's the 7 Chiefs guy.
Who's that?
That's the guy with the sticks that
Oh.
you showed off.
Yes.
Sticks in.
This is the 7G farm. I don't know if you can take a picture of the QR code, but they had some really great stuff. And here's the thing, like you could put whatever you wanted on there. I did not I was overwhelmed and not thinking clearly. This is something that we're not gonna be able to do for a while. Like until we get a well, and this is just another pump. So this is great if you have a well and you want to put a manual pump there.
In case your pump goes out.
So in case you lose power and your pump goes out, you can manually pump and still get water. We couldn't even find water. We tried to do the pump, and we tried to do that, and it was a mess. And it was like 10, 12 grand to get somebody to come drill, and not there yet. And it's okay. Who was that?
I don't even know who this is.
Oh, this is Monty.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at this one. I don't even know who this is.
I don't know. So this is this guy Monty, who we spent a lot of time with.
About an hour.
It seems like a lot more. I think more than that. Anyway, this is the back of his card. He's got the QR codes. So he is an incredible beekeeper. He had, it wasn't a Langstroth hive. It was the
ones he made.
No, I mean it's a named hive. It's I'll put it down there. It's not Langstroth. It's this other one. Anyway, it's the side-by-side hive. And we went through and talked about it because I'd never actually seen one in person or how it works. They're interesting as hell. He is actually going to be at another convention, which I will also link down. Some of the ladies that were always downstairs in the foyer at the hotel, they're actually putting on another Homestead Festival, I want to say in September, called the Ozarks Festival. Again, 120 vendors, amazing people. The butcher guy is somebody I would love to see, but I don't know if we'll be able to get there in September. That's a quick turnaround for us. I don't know what's going on with school. So anyway, he is Monty Shrunk, natural beekeeper, organic gardener. He was a wealth of knowledge. We sat there and talked about bees for a long time, but it's not hard for me to get lost in life and talking to people about bees. This was the notebook that I got from
7 Seas.
the 7 Seas farms. These people, I didn't have enough.
Oh, that's the one with the...
Yes, these people, this is Fermented Homestead, Anna Hill, and again, speaker and educator, and she was selling the kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, kombucha. Ran out of space in the bag, but they do send, because that was my question for most people was, am I able to order this online and you can send it to the house? The answer was yes. And this is, again, her card. And if you, I don't know if you can get to the QR code or not, but I'll put it all down below also. they had some really great stuff that was super interesting.
This one's the
This was from Kaylee, the Homestead. I bought the t-shirt, which I thought was great because if you look at it, you can see that it's a bee, but it's also lots of flowers. I wore this on day 2, so that's me wearing it. It's really, really comfortable. And of course, you can never have enough hive tools. I got a hive tool, which is dipped, and let's just hope that I don't lose it.
it's the same.
Yeah, and then this little bookmark and her saying that says, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old, which I love because it's not something new, it's something old. And yeah, I spent a lot of time watching them. I love them. And I'll put her information down. And I'm still like daily kicking myself for not having taken a picture. But I spent a lot of time talking to them and they were just wonderful. And this was the, this was,
That goes with this.
yeah, this is the, from the Hive LLC cast iron skillet seasoning wax that we bought. So that'll help with, our cast iron skillet, but
You
then,
got that card.
but I have it here, so,
It's not SJS. SJS. It's not
no, that's laser welding. We met a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
This is their information here.
Okay,
So
good.
from the Hive LLC, this is the bees, and smell it. You smell it?
Uh-huh.
It smells like my hive. You can tell it's authentic because it smells like when I open my hive, this is what it smells like. And it's wonderful. It's a great smell. But anyway, they take fabric and dip it in beeswax.
Smell it.
Mm-hmm. And so you can also, this is the one that I bought. You can I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep my sourdough in here and keep it, sorry about the crunching, keep it from going stale.
What you need to do is contact her
Uh-huh.
and tell her you just want to get her address and tell you where to send us some American Beauty Berry stuff.
Yeah, these were the 2 ladies that there were, sorry, a lot of crinkling. They were a lot of fun. And this is, I'm going to contact them and send them some Beauty Berry jelly.
Tell them to make a trade. Send some more of that cast iron seasoning wax.
Yeah. So anyway, they also had the fabric dipped in beeswax that you use instead of like cling wrap or plastic wrap. It actually adheres to the whatever you're trying to cover. So that was what we got from them. It's made with organic Tennessee beeswax, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil. It doesn't have a smell, but that does. It smells like the inside of a beehive, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, more stuff. This is what we're getting soon. This, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna say that he gave me his wallet to order it.
Yeah, I did. So
that day, and I exercised
coward.
caution. Tell them about, you know more about what they were saying than I did. You talked to them about it more than I did.
No, you did.
You did.
I gave you the wallet and walked away. That was your job. You blew it. She blew it.
I tell them about it while I'm looking through the rest of this.
This is a chicken coop. You tell about it.
Don't be overbearing, Earl.
Damn it, Tony. It's Chicken Coop Company. And they make it out of all metal. It can be moved around. It's easy cleanup. It's got solar panels on it to open the door. It's got a chandelier, a chicken chandelier.
Everybody needs a chicken chandelier.
We're not going to get the chandelier. White trash chickens is what we're going for. But
no, she said you want the chandelier because it also has a light on the inside of the coop,
yeah,
so that when
they'll
during
lay
daylight
more
savings
eggs.
they'll lay more eggs.
But the crazy part is, they're from Louisiana.
Are they?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They're from Louisiana, from Ruston.
Frank, stop. Okay, so everything in this chicken coop is automated, and this is why we're seriously considering it. Everything is automated, so you only actually have to be there to move them and take care of them every 10 days. We, again, are still weekend warriors. That will give us...
Well, we'd probably move them every week, though, wouldn't?
Every week, yeah. That's what I'm saying. But, like, you have 10 days because it has an automated 12 gallons of water plus
12 food for
so many pounds of food that it automatically puts out there. The coop itself is raised, and then the door is automatic and it's on a timer. So at a certain time, after the chickens go up and they go into to roost, the door closes so no predators can get in. They're up off the roosting area, is up off the ground. So again, they're safe and nothing, we don't have to worry about anything digging in underneath to get them. They are, so June, July, August, September, they're 3 months out in building on production because they're good and they do it to order. And this was what I thought was incredible about this. They deliver it as is. So what you see is what they roll off the truck onto your property. There's no assembly required. And there's a QR code.
It's a little pricey.
It's a little bit pricey. I want to say they said everything, everything, even
Delivered, everything.
the delivery, everything was $4,000, right?
Yeah, 4,000.
And when you have a hands-off chicken coop like that, I mean, yeah, you could totally build one like Joel Salatin does, but you got to be there to take care of them and move them every single day. We're not there yet. I wish we were, but we're not. So this is where we are. If we want chickens, that's where we're going to have to be. Yeah, I'll put it over there. So that is chickcoop.com. That's what it is. Everybody's got QR codes, which is awesome. This was a speaker. I didn't go to this, but these people, their whole thing was meat rabbits. And they were culling meat rabbits on site. I elected not to go to that one. But it tells you quick takeaways. So like the chickens are, what, 10 to 12 weeks? Mm-hmm. Ideal butchering age is 8 to 12 weeks for meat rabbits. Yeah, so that's a quick turnaround. Yeah, well, with rabbit, you get the fur and you get the meat. Not there.
And the little doe-eyed look.
You did. I didn't even talk to those people.
Well, this is.
But you've been on the hunt for that for a while.
This is a barn dominium place called Byers.
Bylers. Bylers?
Call it one. But they only work out of Tennessee, so it didn't do very good.
Well, if you're around Tennessee, this might be for you, but I'm hoping maybe they know somebody.
Well, no, he said I can go on the website and I could like design one and then buy the prints. So you have like the blueprints.
Okay, so if you're in Tennessee, they can come build it for you.
Yeah.
If you're not in Tennessee, you can use their software to design your own thing and buy the prints, which is nice. I mean, if you look at this, is kind of what we're going for, y'all. I mean, yes, we have the tiny house right now, but that was never intended to be the forever house. So we'll see how that works out. Right now, we've got a lot of land to clear, but we have someone coming next week, not this weekend, next weekend, to mulch the whole top area and clear it out. Interestingly enough, one of the things that we were talking about to Daniel and Joel Salatin, a lot of people had questions about clearing land, and a lot of the people there had the way that they do it is they'll throw the goats through and then the pigs through, and they clear all the underbrush and, you know, what trees to leave, what trees to, you know, how do we clear this and make it to where we can eventually have the cattle come through. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're not doing, I was like thinking, I'm like, we're not doing any of that. Like, again, we're doing it wrong. That's where I feel like we live. So I was like, look, how do you feel about having someone come in and just mulch it all down? How long would it be before we get grass? Because then we can get the chicken coop because we can move it around. And he was like, he got excited. I was very proud of myself for asking the right question. I was very excited. And they were both very much so like, yes, that's right. That's good. He's like, you'll have grass in a year. And so that made me really, really happy. I was like, oh. I kind of got excited too because there was a quail person there, and I was like, oh, we've been looking and asking, is anybody doing quail? But come to find out, it was just like, you can find a local quail biologist in your area, which is great, but I'm not looking to completely modify our property for bobwhite quail. So,
Only quail.
and I think we only have one. Anyway, so that was out there, but I don't think we're gonna mess with that.
There's probably two.
There's probably two. You're right. So, okay, that was the
Well, this is
feed
probably
people.
what we're gonna do before we do the shit.
This was my folder that I had with everything
This
in
is
it.
probably what we're gonna wind up doing before we do.
Yeah, this was cool. So, and I noticed in one of Joel Salatin's videos that he has the exact same fence. Like, this must be why they're there and who they came with. But this is
It's like a rollout fence that's rope and it's electrified.
so it's very mobile.
You can move it,
Wherever you need to.
expand it.
Make it bigger, make it smaller. Move your chickens to wherever you want or whatever. And there was a whole video that he did. And of course they gave out this whole booklet that was about hobby house farming or hobby farming. And
You just gotta see how expensive it is.
yeah, I mean, I don't feel like anything's really cheap, but
I mean, probably got prices listed in there somewhere.
yeah, so and they have different types of fence based on, are you doing poultry, are you doing sheep and goats, you doing pigs, you doing cattle. They all require different stuff. And then they have like the small stuff for guarding just to keep the animals from eating all of your fruits and vegetables and stuff, which neem oil doesn't keep everything away. There was also, it threw me off. It's Rivers Ridge Farms from Riceville, Tennessee. And they're mushroom farmers. And they actually will give you, or they'll sell to you, the kit. And they had the logs too. But I'll link them down below as well. It was really neat. I didn't get to spend as much time with them as I had wanted to. And the very last thing that we're probably ever going to do, South Pole, is the particular cattle. I think, were these the ones that Daniel was talking about too?
Yes.
That these are like really good
Yeah, it's
for,
the South Pole.
yeah, the South Pole Southern cow breed. So yeah, so we have a lot to go through. We also went to the pickle cottage. Y'all, these things are freaking addictive. And I know you can't see because of the glare, so I'm trying to like not whatever. But because it's glass, so it's kind of, so we got Abby's Little Miss Dills. So these people, let me tell you, the pickles were really good. Oh, I gotta put those up. The pickles were good. I don't know how in the heck they got these green beans so crunchy. Like, they almost taste like they're still raw. They're so crisp, and I don't know how they did it. And Mama Homestead was looking at it. They were eating them, and she said she's gonna go through and hopefully, like, I was talking to her on day 2, and she was saying that she wants to try and figure it out. So I'm hoping if she's out there that she will figure out how to make them crispy like that and make a video so I can steal the ideas. One of the last things that we did was we went to 4Jar. So I did not buy lids or rings because Lord knows I have a massive amount. All their stuff came, like, this was their bag, which is super cute. I love it that they put everything in. The guy was funny. I have gotten this once before, this vacuum sealer. I didn't get it from 4Jars. There it is. I got it from, here's my sticker.
That is the pickle guy.
I love that.
It's the pickle guy's card.
Oh, this is the Pickle Cottage card. So, I got this once before off-brand. I admitted to the guy that it was off-brand, but I was still hesitant because it was terrible. It didn't work for anything. It was god-awful. But I was like, all right, I trust 4Jars. I like them.
Well, yeah, but you made him show you.
I made him show me, and he did. And so I got this. And then I also bought, which I really didn't need, but I kind of got busted down. This is the funnel set because I do a good bit of canning.
He gave you all kinds of questions.
And then they give you this little envelope, and yeah, that's cute. It says 4Jars canning. So
spend $50 to give you.
It really wasn't overpriced, and you even said so. And so there's a sheet full of stickers that are cute as can be. 15% off, y'all. Okay, so share it with family and friends, and you're all family and friends. So 15% off your first purchase. Promo code is first order. So if you want to get a sneak of 15% off, go to 4Jars and put that code in. I'll link it in the bottom also. Let me show what we got.
Let's see.
What was that?
Just keep throwing shit around.
I keep throwing things. This is their card. Lots of stickers, which I love. Who doesn't love stickers? And so that was it for 4Jars. Now, I did go to Nutrimil, and I actually had, if you don't know what Nutrimil is, I just got a Nutrimil. I just got the stand mixer. It's empty.
And he gave you a bag.
Yes, I did. I showed him the bag. And I like it. I like my stand mixer. I have gone through 4 KitchenAid's stand mixers. Some of them, half of them were the commercial grade KitchenAid stand mixers. Killed them all. Killed them all.
Stick most of his bag in.
Yeah.
You'd have to go through this shit.
Yeah. That's fine. Just put that on the floor. Oh, and here is one of the last things that I'm going to show you that I bought, which was another shirt. This was from Joel Salatin's tent from his place, and it says, "Everything I want to do is illegal." So, and it's Polyface Farms. It's a little bit big. Oh, is that your belt? I almost forgot the belt. This was his favorite. So this was called, you go ahead and do
All
this.
wild custom loud.
Nice and loud.
No, nice and loud. It's a belt. No. But it's leather. And it smells fantastic. There you go.
There you go. Barbed wire, what is it? Barbed wire
Custom leather.
custom leather. And it's got a warranty. It's handmade leather goods, and they had a warranty on that. I think it's lifetime
Lifetime.
warranty.
That's why I said keep the card.
Yeah.
If something happens,
If something happens.
send me the belt.
So yeah, let me see. It does smell good.
Well, you almost hit me anyway. I'm gonna go hang it up. So.
All right, I'm gonna put this with the rest of our stuff. So yeah, so I didn't actually buy the grain mill, but I know what grain mill I'm buying now, which is huge. Because when I'm telling you I've been wrestling with this for like close to a year. Yeah.
And then we drove home.
And then we drove home early. I will try to link everything below.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot. And then, but you know what else? I will link the 2025 festival information, because if you go to that, they have everything there, more so than I've even discussed. Where are you going? Okay. Moving forward, we are going to do a 2-year catch-up video where we are now. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of things while we were there. Floors are done, bathroom sink is in. I mean, like, so much is done.
Almost hooked up.
Almost hooked up. We only have a few things to do. What you looking at?
Let's see, 2026.
Oh, it's already on there. The 2026 information, because I was pulling it up to see somebody's name, and the 2026 came up. The 2026 Homestead Festival information is already up. I know that at the 25 festival, they were selling general admission tickets for 26, but I know that we're going to bite the bullet and probably buy the VIP tickets. Yeah, they're still just selling general admission. And let me tell you about the Homestead Festival. It's sold out this year. This is the 4th year that it's been up. This was our first year going, but they sold out this year.
We bought early too.
We did buy kind of early. I want to say we bought in like November or December, maybe. And so I'll probably buy as soon as it goes up. We'll go ahead and buy it and get it.
It's not up.
Get it on the books. But yeah, they're just selling general admission at the moment.
Front row seats.
Oh, that was the big thing. Okay, so thank you. So one of the things that was hard about the festival was if you got stuck talking to people, like I do, and then if you weren't early enough to the tent, it was hard to get seating for some of the speakers. The first 2 rows in all of the tents for all of the speakers are reserved for VIP. So, and they were all practically empty. So that was like the number one thing too, is that you could talk to your people and you didn't have to try and like fight for a seat. And you didn't have to get there super early and waste time just sitting for 45 minutes so that you could get a seat close to the stage to see what was going on. Because a lot of them were, what was the tent that we spent most of our time in?
The demonstration tent.
The demonstration tent was where we spent most of our time. And so, but you had to be able to see. And they did have, you know,
We could see pretty good.
they had video and you could see on the screens and stuff, but I like to be front row. So yeah, so we're gonna get we're gonna get the VIP tickets so that we can come and go as we please and get good seats. So if you are somebody who has been watching our insanity, thank you. If you're somebody who is new, welcome. And yeah, somebody had asked me why do you call it 2 Idiots and 20 Acres? And I told them it's because we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Sort of.
So if you are interested in not making mistakes or watching two people make all the mistakes for you, you found your place. Tired? All right, we're gonna go ahead and call it. It was a lot to just make us sit down and do this, but it's done. So I will start editing now. Thank you, and I promise it won't be so long for the next video.
See you in 6 months.